Set is the speed. Okay, so speed question mark's going to tell you what you're going to put in. So I'm going to put in the bandwidth. I want to go 80. Question mark. What do I do next? I want column 256. What do I do next? Oh, you hit return. Okay. Okay. Boom. There's my speed. Okay. Maybe I want ACM on. Okay. So I look. Okay. I have ACM on. I go ACM enable or ACM enable on. I'll turn my ACM on. ACM enable off. We'll turn it off. Didn't know what the commands were? You go ACM question mark. Okay.
Can't get Saeed to agree to ACM. And none of those ones done anywhere right here. Need help, John.
Let's see, what else do I need to tell you? Okay, so some useful things. Remember that remark that was in the web interface at the top of the page? Told you what it was? Type remark, now you can see it. Okay? That also would show in your sysinfo. Okay, which will show you your system information of the radio.
I still have to go into that.
Instead of seeing the entire thing, I could do sysinfo by section. Here's only section 1. Here's only section 4. Okay. Now, I've got this remark, but it'd really be nice if I knew which radio I was logged into by my prompt. Because when you log in, it probably just says CLI. Well, you just use the word prompt, and then you can change the prompt. So, I don't know, this one says the remark, black to Stowe.
It's very handy when you have more than one radio on. It's easy to make a mistake.
Yeah. So, I always change the prompt. If you give me access to your radio because you need a problem, I'm looking at a problem, be warned, I'm probably going to change your prompt. Because I want to know which radio I'm logged into and I keep track of it. Okay? It's up to you what you do there, but it doesn't need to be less than 10 characters, so it could be some combination of host name, site name, IP address I've seen put there. We in our lab, we change these, all these prompts are like 1.40 or whatever, so we know what the address is and our logs and everything. So whatever you want that to be, you just set it. Okay? So prompt's very short, remark can be long. Prompt becomes very important when I decide to do something like this. I just logged into a different radio. Okay? So the IP address at the top of my screen that tells me what I'm logged into, in fact, isn't really so valid anymore. Because I logged into that radio and now I just logged into a different radio. Okay? So the prompt, especially when you start doing something like this, becomes very important. So, to back up what I just did, I went to the debug prompt. Okay? Here's the debug prompt. And I typed SSH, username's admin, and the IP address of the other side radio. Okay?
Why'd you do debug?
Because you can only SSH from debug.
Oh.
Can't SSH anymore. Then once I connected to it, I gave it my password, and now I'm logged into that far side radio. Okay. So we talked about the other day where it might be useful for you to use out-of-band management, but leave the in-band management set up as a backup. Okay? This is how you could use that. You could go in the out-of-band to one radio, and then via the in-band you could log into the other side. I could do status port on the other side and see, oh, well, it says the port's off. Maybe something's wrong with my cable on the other side. Maybe my switch is down. Maybe that's why I can't hop to the other side normally. Okay? So you can get into it. This prompt becomes important so you know which radio you're logged into. Okay. You could always look at the IP or IBM or the remark, but it sure is nice if you know what every line what you're doing. Now you want to get out of here, you want to go back to the first radio. Okay, you do have to go con, try and go, debug, exit. Now I'm back in the first radio. Okay. To exit the debug mode, I would do CLI to return to the command line interface. Okay. let's see, what else can I tell you? If you wanted to turn off the web interface, gotta be in config node. Now the web interface is off. Okay. Remember I told you yesterday you could change those strings of the SNMP community strings, but you'd have to then turn SNMPD off and on. Well, you come in here and you go off, hit the up arrow, change it on. Okay. Now your SNMP strings have changed. You could type show passwords to see them. Notice I abbreviated it. It's actually show password. Okay. What else to show you? Prompts, upload view. Oh, you guys were talking about this yesterday. SSI or MSE or BER. No. What else can you do with it? Well, that's good enough. Okay, you can put a number after that. Okay, if you don't put a number, it just does it once and lets it go. If I put a number like 10 after it, it's going to do it 10 times. Okay. Sometimes from a troubleshooting standpoint or tech support standpoint, we'll ask you, well, run a link test 10 and send it to me. Okay, this is the same as what you could do in the web interface. Remember we did that yesterday? I ran like a link test 3. Here, though, it's what we call a blocking command. When you're running this, nothing else happens in the radio. I mean, data is passing, okay? But you cannot stop that command from running, and you can't issue another command while it's running. So if I run link test 10 and go, oh man, I didn't want to do that, there's no control C, there's no X, there's no whatever. If I close the session and I reopen a new session, I won't be able to connect to it until it's done, okay? So the most you can run is a link test 99. If you're going to run a link test 99, be prepared to sit there for 99 seconds. Okay?
That's what I'm doing right now.
If you're logged into that APA or apb.tringosys.com and you run a link test 99, everybody else that's logged into that radio that's trying to issue a command is going to have to wait till your link test 99 is done. Okay?
Good thing I get paid by the hour.
So just keep that in mind when you run that. Nothing else is going to happen until it's done. Okay. So any of the, if you same thing for RSSI, you run it, you got to wait till it's done.
Scott?
Yeah.
Other than going with the spectrum analysis, is there anything that takes down the link that we should be aware of?
Let's do the same thing here. If I wanted to do a loop back, I could manually do it. Okay, so I could do a loop back, space, and then like I said, it's IF or DIG or off. But again, what I really want to do, and I'm going to do this on the far side radio.
But logically in the radio, when you do a digital loopback, it's going to the IDU. It's an IDU loopback.
Both of them happen in the IDU or the OMU. The IF is effectively right before it leaves the connector, right before it hits the connector. The digital is before it hits the modem. Before it hits the IF, so the output of the modem.
So will that test the IDU?
Yeah, the loopback IF would test the entire IDU.
Okay.
Scott?
Yeah.
When you say you're going to jump to the other radio, you're on the far side radio that you're not physically wired to, right? So if you put that in loop, you're going to
lose access to
You're
it.
going to get access to the loop. Is there
So-
a report at that point?
So I use the loopback auto. Okay. So I use loopback auto. It asks you how many iterations on the 55. So I hit it. Guess what? I lost that. If I now come back to my near side radio and I do a link test, I have no signal. Because the far side turned off and so do you. There's nothing I can do until it comes back.
Is that pucker factor? Hoping that it comes back.
Okay, so I mean I can sit here and run a link test, 10 or 99 or whatever, wait until it comes back. I know that it should take it, I did a link test 5, it's probably going to take it 20, 30, maybe 40 seconds to do that, and then it's going to come back for me. So I can just keep doing a link test until it comes back. The actual loop back takes about 20 seconds, but then I've got to turn the ODU power back on and all that stuff afterwards.
So link test will show you packet loss, right? So link test is different than RSSI.
Link test is a command that I never use the RSSI or MSE commands because everything that you would get from those you get right here and you get it all at once. Okay, so link test shows me if I'm locked, what my RSSI is, what my MSE is, what the bit error rate is, transmit or receive profiles. Okay, so now my link is back. I could go to the far side. I have to reconnect to it, and now I could say show loopback auto. Boom, there's the results.
It keeps it resident. Okay. So that's like your last run that you did?
Yeah. Okay, it'll just keep it up. I mean, until you reboot the radio or you run it again,
Okay.
it'll be there. Okay. Same thing from the web interface. Okay, nothing different. You can do that command here.
That for the gigaposes too? With that
Yeah.
radio? That's in there as well? Okay.
As long as you have the 3.0 release or later.
Yeah, 3.0. Okay.
That was loopback_auto.
Loopback_auto right here. You want to do, so reboot is going to reboot you right now. Boom, gone. If you want to schedule one, you go reload, and then you'd say 10 minutes. Do whatever it is you want to do. Something stupid like op mode off. Oh man, I lost the link. Okay, 10 minutes later, you get your link back. If you don't lose it, you go reload cancel. Okay. Let me show you a cool thing you do on the syslog. Okay, so you got your syslog, you get all this stuff. Say you didn't listen to me when I told you to turn off your status logging. Okay, I can't do anything about the past. I can't restore data that's long gone, but I can filter it out, so I don't have to see it. In my case, I don't have it turned on. But notice that I have here events in my syslog that I just ran. Okay, I could type syslog 0. Now I only see settings. Okay.
That's handy.
Likewise, if you had that status logging on and you hadn't learned from me telling you yesterday to turn it off, you could do syslog 1, and it's going to show you the 0s and the 1s and filter out the 2s, the events. I mean the status logging. Okay.